Hey guys, it's Lainey, and today I'm doing my October and my November wrap-up. It was about the middle of November when I realized I didn't film an October wrap-up, so I'm combining that with my November wrap-up because I haven't really read a lot these past couple months. I think I would summarize my last 2 months of reading as pretty In the month of October, the first book I read was Kiss the Sky. I actually rated this one a 5 out of 5. I did really love this book. This one follows my favorite couple of the entire series, Rose and Connor. After I read Kiss the Sky, I went right on to Hot House Flower, and that one I think I rated it a 5 out of 5 or 4 out of 5, one of those. I really did enjoy this one. I really do like Reich and Daisy, but Connor and Rose, OTP. I also read Nearly Gone by El Casamano. I loved this book. I rated it a 4 out of 5. I read it the beginning of October, towards the beginning. It's funny because I read this for part of my Halloween TBR, and this was the only book in October that I read from my Halloween TBR. Really enjoyed this book. I think it was really great mystery, and I really enjoyed that. It's about this girl who's kind of obsessed with looking at the personal ads, and there starts to become murders in her city with her classmates, and she feels like the killer is speaking to her through the personal ads and giving her clues to find the next victim. This one's very Veronica Mars Pretty Little Liars before it got bad. I really highly recommend this. I think it's a great mystery. I have the second book and I'm very excited to read it. The next book I read was Stray by Rachel Vincent. This is the first book in her Shifter series. Sam from Thoughts on Tomes got me this book for my birthday because she really loved it, and she got recommendations for it from Sarah Jane from Book Life. She's also the reason why I started the Fever series by Karen Marie Moning. So this tells the story of a young woman named Faith, and she has distanced herself from her family, and her family, they can all shift into werecats. There's lots of politics, surprisingly, with werecats and territories and everything, and her father is kind of like the head of a territory in the United States. She's away at college because that's what she wants to do. She has her undergrad already. She wants to get her master's. Some things start happening where girl cats start getting kidnapped, and because of that she's supposed to be brought back home. She's a very feisty main character, which I really liked about her. I do recommend this series. I've read the next two, which you'll see in a few seconds, I guess. The next book I read, which was one of my highly anticipated releases of 2015, was The Revolution of Ivy by Amy Engel. I read the first book last year. I have a spoiler-free review on it. I really loved it. It was such a surprise, so I was super excited to get the second book. I ended up rating this book a 3 out of 5. Basically, I would say it's almost a 2.5 out of 5. I was really disappointed in it, and I think because it was a duology, I was still expecting so much more from this series because she could have gone a lot of ways, and I didn't enjoy it as I thought I would, which is such a huge disappointment. But I just felt like it ended exactly how I felt like it would end, and I guess I was just looking for more surprises and more thrills and more digging deeper within the actual construction of the world and the story and the plot line and everything. So, I mean, it was okay, but I honestly was super disappointed in this book. Pretty much NaNoWriMo started, and I didn't read anything for like a solid 3 weeks of November. So these next two books I have to show you guys are the last two books I read of the month. I read Rogue, which is the second book in the Shifter series, and this one I rated a 3 out of 5. It was okay. It wasn't my favorite, but it wasn't absolutely awful. I felt like the storyline was pretty basic, and I felt like it was kind of the same storyline as the first book, so then I just was kind of bored sometimes during it. Also, the characters really frustrated me this book. Just kind of wanted them to talk and get down to business and stop not saying the things you want to say. I still really like the series, and I'm going to finish the series, but I think the second one's a little weaker than the rest of the books. So just keep that in mind if you do end up reading this one. And then after that, I read the third book in the series, which was Pride. This one totally redeemed itself for me from the second book, which was an okay read. This one was really exciting, and a lot more things happened in it, and especially because you get into more of the politics of the werecat community. The direction it's going, I think, is really interesting, and I really like it. Also, this one introduced me to a character I might actually hate more than Alexius from the Fallen Kingdom series. Oh, I just wanted to jump in the book and just throat punch this guy because he was so irritating to me. I fucking hated him. Those are all the books I read in October and November. I would like to say I'm reading a lot in December because I really do want to complete my Goodreads goal of 80 books. I think I'm like 10, 11, 12 books behind, so I have to catch up. This is where the graphic novels will come into play. Hope you guys have a really great day, and I'll see you guys very soon. Bye!